Nasty besties! Welcome to the evening edition of official Are You Serious Nestigations. Hello, do we have all our best nestigators in the nest tonight? I certainly hope so. I really hope so. Let's see. Who do we have on staff tonight in the detective office? We've got Lucy Jane 12 first in the nest. Nice, Megan, nice and cozy. All right, we got Sage Clover, Boaz B, Marwa. Oh yeah, it only works once I go live. Exactly. That's okay. Don't worry. I've done it too. Billie Eyelash. All right, your feathery heart will be with us even if you're not. I appreciate that, Billie's Eyelash. All right, we've got who else? Sea Life is here in the nest. Chris Schneider, yes. And we have Gemma Marie. She lies so much and it's all going to come out. Inshallah, it will. You know, it always does. The truth always comes to light eventually. Always. Ryan's in the nest. He's already given us an oh yeah, baby. Already. I mean, right out of the gate. Right out of the gate.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, baby. That's right. That's right. We got Panda Pondu, Sachi Bell. Sachi Bell's ready. She's got her magnifying glass and everything all ready to go. Kitty Connecticut, Mega Omega. Jennifer Levine, I'm sunk. Hello, hello. We've got Madonna Knowles, not your average old lady. And let's see, we've got Chrissy Cakes. Who else? A book lover review. Hi, nice to see you. All right, Creepy Corner. Good news, Kimber does not have a heart murmur. Thank God. She does have an ear infection, but it's being treated. And for everyone who's been keeping Kimber the Great Dane in your prayers, thank you. From Creepy Corner and from Are You Serious and all the nasty besties. She's going to be fine, it sounds like, inshallah. Thank God. Thank God. What a relief. Aunt Katie is here. Yes, yes. Dr. Shelock, who? You like the glasses? Yeah, I was going to go for a more studious look. And I said, you know what? The cat eye is really more my style. Why don't we just stick with my style? You know, really. I do have a pair that looks just like this, but they're not black. They're like multicolored. They're pretty cute, I think. All right, we've got Nisi right on time. Awesome. Okay, Butterscotch. Why should you leave, Chrissy Cakes? Are you not feeling up to your full investigative potential this evening? I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure you're going to be fine. We've got Critically Fit. We've got Lexi. Lexi is in the nest and she wasn't expecting alive. Well, here we are. Here we are. Human being can't stay long. That's okay. That's okay. Happy you popped in. We've got Sammy Smith, Leonie, Deplorable Goat, Fadnama bringing snacks as always. Much appreciated. Sarah B. Pondu, Charity McPherson, Flying Walrus. I can't imagine being so miserable 24/7 either, especially if you're taking meds. Clearly, they're not working. Go see a doctor and get them adjusted. I don't need to tell you guys. Becca Boo's in the nest. Yeah. Yeah, we got LaBrat here again. We got Blondie, Christy. Hey, whether you want to investigate or observe, hey, I'm glad you're here. Kimbalina is in the nest. Awesome. English Virgo, Great Danes. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, the Gentle Giants. Yes. Marina is in the nest. Federal Bird Investigation has been launched officially. Yes, it has. So we are going to take a look at this courthouse marriage, supposedly, right? So she's been saying now that their wedding anniversary, at first she didn't really want to say, hey, Yashiki. At first she really didn't want to say when the anniversary was going to be. And then she said November. Hey, C. Jewel. Good. I'm glad you're here. And this video was uploaded in January. I reacted to it in March. But I want to watch it just like clean, like not my reaction, and just see like if I have different thoughts, because I haven't watched my own reaction video since probably back then. You're going to be lurking while cleaning? Sounds good to me. Okay. Hey, Ashley Eaton. Hey. Okay. Totally got some idea for a video. Okay, cool. I'm glad you're excited. Well, Becca Boo, that's the question, because if Chantal really got married, wouldn't she want the world to know as soon as possible? Like, she would be editing and uploading that same day. Why did she wait 2 months to upload our courthouse marriage video if it actually happened in November? That, that's a little sketch, because that doesn't go along with her pattern of how she is as a person, right? English Virgo, a family I babysat for in my teens had one, and all these years later, I remember how awesome he was. He's a great big teddy bear. Oh, a Great Dane. That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, Grateful Little Farm. Nice to see you. Yep. So yes, it's not a deleted video. She took it off of her, her homepage. That's right. Yep. So let's see what we got. Let's see. Now, just to go over, if you haven't been present for Nestigations recently, we do have some whiteboards going starting on October 6th. Feel free to take screenshots. I'm not going to dwell too much on these because we've really gone over these quite a bit. We did confirm a couple of things, that it was a 2020 Honda HR-V. Alat said that Salah sold it, so he could go to Canada debt-free. And we also confirmed with Alat's video that he helped Chantal transfer money into Salah's bank account. So those things we were able to kind of confirm as much as you can, right? October 8th. So this is our date of that this video was uploaded to YouTube, January 16th for our courthouse marriage. Okay. The 9th, we looked at, we watched Nader for a little bit, and I started taking notes earlier today. Nader says that Salah has worked at Panasonic. Some said he was a sales manager. Others said he was a salesperson. Salah quit his job and sold the car, which is also what Alat said. Salah's father has a good job, allegedly professor of Arabic language at a university. And Nader says that Salah was making between 350 500 KD per month, which equals out to about 1,100 to 1,600 US dollar. And Nader said that Salah was 29 years old. And that was in January. So he's going along with the 29. Hey, cowboy dogs in the nest. Yeah. Eileen Ebony's here. Sweet. All right. And today's the 11th. We have a nice clean whiteboard, okay, for all of our notes. And we're going to be taking a lot of notes. We are. Okay. All right. So here's the happy couple. Okay. Here they are, looking not platonic at all, looking like they're totally in love. Totally into each other. It's their wedding day. So, yeah. Please feel free to stop me at any time that you want to go back and listen to anything. It's a short video. It's it's 8 minutes long. It's only 8 minutes long. So we can stop, we can go back, we can freeze frame, all that stuff, okay? We are doing the nestigation. It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Yeah. Now, what I remember mostly is that afterwards when they came out, you can hear Alat was there and was filming them and was saying Mabruk, Mabruk, which is congratulations. So, but then we have all this video of Alat saying that they're not married. So was Alat going along with the sham? Or did he think that they got married but then realized that they weren't? Because it's his voice. It's his voice. And Flying Walrus, why would he wear that to get married in? Exactly. Exactly. He dressed up more for a dinner that he took her out on than his own wedding day. That doesn't make sense, right? There's a lot of little things that just don't seem quite right. Not quite right. Hey, Jen. I know, right? Barely a year ago. I know. She looks happy. He looks terrified. Hey, M-Hubs. Yeah. I hope when I get remarried, my husband wears jeans and a t-shirt. Oh, that's the goal. For sure. Blondie, I don't know. We'll listen. We'll all listen. Because I haven't watched it again recently. Maggie Flowers is jet-lagged and ready to investigate. All right. Okay, everyone's saying it's Murad, so it absolutely could have been. I'm just going from memory, so we'll have to watch together. Okay. All right, cool. Not a lot. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I remember just commenting on like the segregated elevators, which I personally really like. So it looks like they're on the 44th floor. So I'm going to take a note of this, because what is on the 44th floor? That's where she's sitting. So I'm going to look at my pause game. I'm taking a screenshot. You know, just so we can remember it was the 44th floor, not because she looks psychotic or anything. Absolutely. All right. So they were on the 44th floor. So let me just put a quick note so we can keep track of that. And then we can actually see what is on the 44th floor. Okay. 44th floor of Courthouse. Okay.
Hi baby. We are today in the court and we are waiting.
We're in court and we're waiting. Okay. The actual courtroom. Okay.
مبروك مبروك صلاح and Chantal. مبروك إن شاء الله مبروك.
Thank you.
شكرا. مبروك مبروك مبروك.
Hello guys, we just finished from the marriage contract and we are going home to celebrate.
Yalla.
Wedding party.
Hi guys, so I just decided to put together a few snaps of our courthouse wedding bees. I know it doesn't look like much to some, but for us it meant everything. It was very special because for me at least, I was marrying my soulmate.
For me, at least, I was marrying my soulmate. Okay, what about him? Imagine you're getting married to, it's supposed to be the love of your life, right? A soulmate. And you're like, well, I can only speak for myself. You know, he's my soulmate. I don't know what he thinks, but like, you know, I'll let him speak, but hey, you know. God.
And I know Salah feels the same way. And mashallah, mashallah, I am so happy.
I wish she would really learn the proper usage of this term. Mashallah is recognizing the blessings that another person has been given, not yourself.
Happy. And I just want to share a little bit with you guys. We went to a courthouse. It was not a religious wedding. It was just done at the court. We're more focused on the legal side of things, just being legally married. And we'll have a wedding at some point, maybe in the future, inshallah.
So I remember making the point back when I reacted to this, that this is just a photograph. They didn't take this picture. And some of them are just photographs, like their vertical orientation. Notice how fast he steps away from her when he says, "We are married." Oh, okay. Like when they're standing outside? Okay, let's look.
مبروك مبروك صلاح and Chantal. مبروك إن شاء الله مبروك.
Thank you.
شكرا. مبروك مبروك مبروك.
Hello guys, we just finished from the marriage contract and we are going home to celebrate.
Yalla.
Wedding party.
Hi guys, so I just decided to put together a few snaps.
If you were to say, like, yeah, we're going to our wedding party, wouldn't you put your arm around your spouse instead of walking away? Like, you just walked forward. Okay.
Snaps of our courthouse wedding bees. I know it doesn't look like much to some, but for us it meant everything. It was very special because for me at least, I was marrying my soulmate. And I know Salah feels the same way. And mashallah, mashallah, I am so happy. And I just want to share a little bit with you guys. We went to a courthouse. It was not a religious wedding. It was just done at the court. We're more focused on the legal side of things, just being legally married. And we'll have a wedding at some point, maybe in the future, inshallah. So for now, this is all we decided we're comfortable with showing you. People will just have to keep speculating and accusing us of being fake married. That's fine with us.
Okay, now why would she say that? Why would she just go to, why not just say, okay, guys, we got married. It was at the courthouse, so I really don't have much to show you, but here are our rings, and we're happy to be married, and, we'll have the wedding at some time in the future, which is very, very normal in the Middle East to do it this way. But for her to go to, we're not comfortable showing you anything else. And we know you're going to speculate that this isn't a real marriage. Why are you coming out with that? Why?
We have decided that we will not be showing any kind of personal marriage contract. Number one, that's not anyone's business. And number two, we just don't feel comfortable with that kind of personal information being circulated online. So that will be our personal information, and also I will not be sharing personal information like my status here in Kuwait and things like that. But what we will do is just share a few snaps, like I said, of our day.
A few snaps. So a snap like this, okay, if I just got married, I would expect, his hair looks pretty good, by the way, I would expect for him to be holding out the phone, taking a picture of him kissing me on my cheek. Here's my bride. He's kissing the camera. He's got a kiss towards the camera. And she's just sitting there on the side.
Okay, so I will explain a bit of the process from my perspective. Basically, we had to go to this courthouse, and there were a lot of stairs to go up to get in. And the place was very busy and had many, many floors. The elevator area was chaotic. People were waiting a long time to get in an elevator, and they were jam-packed. This is one instance where I appreciate the gender segregation, and the women had their own elevators and a lift attendant. So,
and if I had just gotten married, I don't think I would be so concerned about the elevators or that there were a lot of people there. I just got married. Oh, I like the elevators. Really?
That was awesome, which you'll see in the video as well, in the video snaps. And so then we went up to the floor where we had to wait to get to a courtroom. We did just, it was a bit of a process. You have to file for marriage and all this and that. And so I know there's going to be some details left out, but again, these are just personal things, and we appreciate our privacy being respected. Yeah, so a lot of people just feel entitled to certain information, and it's just, no, we have a right to privacy. So also, but there are some things I don't mind sharing with you guys. So also we got into the courtroom, and we stood in front of two judges, and they basically asked me, they wanted to make sure that I accepted the marriage with Salah, and that he did pay me I think they call it mahr, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's something that Muslims in most Islamic countries do. The husband has to pay legally, give a gift, monetary gift to the wife, and one during the marriage as well. So that's I did that's personal as well, but we agreed to. But it's every marriage that happens here. So also they asked me where my father was, which really was an odd question to me, because it just really, but it, it made me realize how important father figures are in the lives of women here. So as parental figures, the family structure is very, very sacred here. So you don't have many single parents, if any, unless, even if women are widowed or whatever, or divorced, they usually seek another husband, and vice versa. So usually the father is present to give the blessing for the marriage. So I had to explain that I don't talk to my father, and they just kind of looked at me sadly. So Salah had to explain for me. He's so supportive in ways I can't even tell you guys. And yeah, so I'm so happy, and this was an experience for sure. I don't know what else there is to say, really. I guess just that we had to wait for a bit in the courtroom. Outside of the courtroom is what you see some of the snaps of, and then inside the courtroom. And I know there's a lot of confusion as to, well, the status and all this, and the actual dates of marriage and the actual contract of marriage, but those are all things that most people don't show online whenever they get married. They usually just show
There's just a whole lot of explanation. Gemma Marie, the woman is not the father's property. That is incorrect. A woman is not anyone's property. She did say the judge asked if she gave the money. That's not the way it goes at all. Let's just let her get out what she has to get out.
The wedding ceremony. We didn't have one as of yet. Again, it was just it was a very quick courthouse wedding for now, but inshallah in the future we will organize some kind of party. So it was just low key, and we celebrated with friends and family afterwards in private. But that's basically all we did for the time being. And we will, if we do have some kind of celebration in the future that we can make public, we will. But there's a lot in my life now that I'm keeping private, and marriage details I think you can appreciate, especially with the amount of sleuths we have online. Very invasive. The internet can be very invasive, so we just really think it's in our best interest to keep a lot private. But we did want to share a little bit of the day with you. So it was a very nice day, very special to marry my soulmate, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't have asked for a more supportive husband in every single way, and I feel very, very blessed. And I'm just going to try to take advantage of being positive and appreciate these blessings that God has given. He's given me a wonderful man to take care of me, and as husband and wife, this is, of course, my first marriage, and may it be the only one in my life, inshallah. And thank you guys so much for watching this, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, masalama.
So that's the whole, like, we're married. Mabruk, we're married. That's it? That's it. Half of it, more than half of it, was we're very private. We're very private, and we don't owe it to anybody to show them anything. I thought you're married. Shouldn't that be exciting? It shouldn't. I mean, should it not be exciting? So it looks like you guys might have some questions in general about being married as a Muslim woman. I am going to first play my reaction video to see. I don't even remember. I probably addressed some of this. I'm sure I did, so that I don't have to say it again tonight. So it'll play it. My reaction back then. I did a reaction to this in March, so I think my tone will also be quite different, that you'll notice. Much more polite and calm and things. Mm-hmm. Remember, Allah said he offered to host a wedding party for them. Yes, I do remember. Mm-hmm. So the man is required to give the woman mahr, which is a dowry in essence, money. Something of value, money. At the time of marriage. That's a requirement, a religious requirement. Here we go. Oh, wow. This was the third video I made ever on this channel. Now I have over 100. Okay. So let's take a look at that. and then we can get into the nitty gritty. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Are You Serious? I'm an American who lived in the Middle East, and I've been watching Chantal for a little while, and when she went to Kuwait, I started to see some inaccuracies between what she was saying and showing in real life. Now, I didn't live in Kuwait. I lived in a North African country. However, the culture is the same. So I thought today I would go over, and a lot of these videos I haven't watched. Today I'm going to go over courthouse marriage bees. Okay, so all right, let's just get into it. See what happens. Okay, so she's saying the women get separate elevators. Let me move my little seriously owl out of the way. All right, the women get separate elevators. I love this. All right, so this typically happens in more Rabbit's Huggers. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh yeah, baby.
To answer your question, would they ask about Mahr in a secular ceremony? They weren't eligible to have a secular ceremony because he was unable to prove that he could provide for her. So it's a religious ceremony. What size balls would you like for Plinko? Rabbit's Hugger? What size balls would you like? We changed up the board a little bit from today. What size balls would you like? Hey, BB True. All right. In 5 seconds, we're just large. Okay. Here we go. Good luck. Ooh, those are slow balls.
You loser. You loser. You loser. You loser. You loser. Loser. Cheese, L-O-S-E-R.
Cheese, L-O-S-E-R. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, so Mahr is part of the religious ceremony contract. Yeah. More conservative areas. This would be a person who is running. This is like the elevator attendant. And what I found living in a Middle Eastern country is that everybody has a job. It can be the person, pressing the button in the elevator. It can be the person standing in the bathroom doorway giving you a couple of sheets of toilet paper because there's the bidet and you only need the toilet paper to dry yourself off after the bidet. And you're expected to tip that person. You could give this person a tip if she made you laugh or if she, she just, did something nice for you. Now, to me, it looks like this might be King Beezer over here. So I'm not sure. It wasn't King Beezer, by the way. So Stormy H, we actually had someone in here last night, possibly the night, I think it was the night before, I don't even know when. We had someone in here, Kuwaiti national. We talked about getting married on a tourist visa. It is 100% possible. I'm cutting out that section of the video so that I can post it separately, but we've solved that. That is solved. They can get married. He's a resident. She was on a tourist visa. They are eligible to be married with that scenario. sure why he didn't, if it is, I'm not sure why he didn't ride in the male elevator. But in more conservative areas, there will be gender separation. There are a lot of reasons for it, and we can get into that a little bit more probably another time. That could be a whole video unto itself. So in her hijab video, she had mentioned how she was wearing less makeup and things. And there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup as a Muslima. I don't know if I would have selected red for my wedding day as a Muslim, but personal choice, right?
Hi, baby. We are today in the court, and we are waiting.
مبروك مبروك صلاح and Chantal. مبروك إن شاء الله مبروك.
Okay, for me, I'm immediately suspicious that a wedding even happened. All they did was show a courtroom. He could have been in there paying a speeding ticket, for all we know. A big part of the ceremony of a Muslim wedding, and this can happen in a courthouse, definitely. I've been to a couple of weddings between Muslims. The major part of it that people would want to take photographs of to remember is the signing of the contract. There's a marriage contract, and there's a lot of things that are put into it, but each has a say. Each has an equal say of what they put into it, and no one signs under duress. You could almost look at it as a prenuptial agreement. So, especially the male and his family might offer like a dowry. Like, I'll give you $20,000 up front, and if something should happen, I take care of you for this many years, or I give you another lump sum, like that would all be written into the contract. So I'm trying to think of the word. It's kitab, like the book, signing of the book. I can't remember the full phrase for some reason, but that's what you would photograph. That's the big thing. So where we didn't see that happen, even a photo, even just a still photograph of it. Clearly, photography was allowed in the courtroom, so why couldn't they have filmed or just taken a quick picture of them? They would be sitting at a table, like facing, like the audience or whoever. They'd be sitting side by side, and, like they would each sign it. So it's pretty much like if you're at a Christian wedding or a non-secular wedding and you see, like, you may kiss the bride. Like, that's the moment. That's the signing of the book. Like, why wouldn't you show that if you just got married? Also, can't help but notice how Salah chose to dress for the occasion. Okay? Now, he has a friend outside that's saying congratulations. Great, but maybe they're just, they're like, they're playing a role here for all we know. That didn't prove anything to me at all.
مبروك.
Thank you.
مبروك مبروك مبروك.
Hello guys, we just finished from the marriage contract and we are going home to celebrate.
Yalla.
Wedding party.
Hi guys, so I just decided to put together a few snaps of our courthouse.
Okay, so maybe it's coming, because I haven't seen this. Let's see, maybe they do show it.
Wedding bees. I know it doesn't look like much to some, but for us it meant everything. It was very special, because for me at least, I was marrying my soulmate, and I know Salah feels the same way. And mashallah, I am so happy, and I just want to
Just to explain the mashallah, what she's saying, it's not really used in the correct context necessarily here, but mashallah is something you say when someone else has good fortune. So you're just saying, basically, it's kind of like, in a very casual sense, it would be like, oh, I'm happy for you, good for you. But mashallah means like it's God's will for you. Like it's showing that you're not envious, you're not jealous. Like, yes, it's like putting God's blessing, that you're acknowledging that the blessing came to that person from God. That's what mashallah means. So that would be, you would say that to somebody else. If you're even just giving a compliment, like, oh, that's a beautiful outfit you're wearing, mashallah. So for her to say like, oh, at least for me, I married my soulmate and I know it's the same for him, mashallah. I don't know, but she's very new, it's a brand new language for her. It's a whole, everything's new. It's just a little odd.
Share a little bit with you guys. We went to a courthouse. It was not a religious wedding. It was just done at the court. We're more focused on the legal side of things, just being legally.
Okay, so here's an inconsistency. This is an inconsistency. It wasn't a religious wedding. If it wasn't a religious wedding, she says, I gotta go to the whiteboard. She says that it's not a religious wedding. That doesn't make sense at all. So, Chantal says, not a religious wedding, but was asked who her wali is, and proof of mahr was needed. This is religious right here. Because she said that they asked, now a wali is your male guardian, so to speak. Human Being has spoken on this a little bit before in the chat. Human Being knows a lot, knows exactly what this is. So, oops, I just hid someone's, okay. They're unhidden. All right. God, I just banned someone accidentally. Okay. So, the wali is a male guardian. A woman does not belong to a man. She's not property in any sense, okay? You may have heard that in the media or some kind of whatever. It's not true. When, and I think Human Being was, really explained it very well and said that basically you have both families coming together and it's an actual contract. And it even will stipulate sometimes like what will happen. Like if for some reason there is a divorce 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, what will happen? What will be given to her? This is all stipulated. The money up front, and the money up front is to give her some sense of security that if he were to marry her and just take off, because now she's no longer under her father's roof, now she's with her husband. If he were just to, take off to Canada with someone he met on Tinder, she is going to have enough money to take care of herself until she can get things straightened out. The wali would represent you as a woman. You're involved also, but your emotions are involved. You're trying to get married. You love this man, allegedly. So your male guardian wants what's best for you and is going to look over that contract to make sure that everything is fair and is going to be okay for you as a woman. So the courthouse asking Chantal if she had a wali doesn't make sense because she says it was not a religious wedding. They wouldn't even ask that if it wasn't a religious wedding. So she's mixing things up. This is partly why people get confused, why we're confused, what's actually happening here. So now I'm starting to really feel that this entire video is like pure fiction. The entire thing is fiction. Absolute fiction. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It's a courthouse wedding. Why are you being asked about your wali? And you're a foreigner. Now, she can get married on a tourist visa. We already established that the other night. So we don't need to go over that again and again.
Married, and we'll have a wedding at some point, maybe in the future, inshallah. So for now, this...
And inshallah means God willing. So whenever you talk about something in the future, if God wills it. Like whenever, and anyone... I'm sorry, I didn't change the screen back. Sorry about that. I mean, this is all she was showing. Yeah. Anyone can say it. Anyone that speaks Arabic says it. You don't have to be Muslim to say it. So, okay, I'll be back in a few minutes, inshallah. So that's very common.
This is all we decided we're comfortable with showing you. People.
Now, why would they be uncomfortable with showing them signing a contract? I feel like he's saying to say that as their excuse for not showing it. Like, oh, that's private. It's, especially a courthouse marriage, that's literally all it is signing the contract. You don't even kiss in the courthouse. So it's not like some tender, intimate moment. It's not. So where it's like, oh, that's private between us, that's BS.
We'll just have to keep speculating and accusing us of being fake married. That's fine with us. We have decided that we will not be showing.
They could also just show the contract itself. They don't have to show the whole thing. They could show the top of it that has their names on it. They could do that.
Showing any kind of personal marriage contract. Number one, that's not anyone's business. And number two, we just...
If it's not anyone's business, why did you show yourselves at the courthouse? You didn't even have to show that. You could have just said we got married.
I don't feel comfortable with that kind of personal information being circulated online. So that will be our personal information. And also, I will not be sharing personal information like my status here in Kuwait and things like that. But what we will do is just share a few snaps, like I said, of our day. So I will explain a bit of the process from my perspective. Basically, we had to go to this courthouse, and there were a lot of stairs to go up to get in, and the place...
So these are just like still photos, either that she downloaded or that Salah took on his phone? This is the same image that we just saw. Why not? I don't. Okay. All right.
It was very busy and had many, many floors.
And we're showing the same photo again, vertical orientation, when your video is landscape. It's just weird, right? It's weird, especially where she's been a vlogger for years. Like, this is weird.
The elevator area was chaotic. People were waiting a long time to get in an elevator, and they were jam-packed. This is one instance where I appreciate the gender segregation, and the women had their own elevators and like a lift attendant. So that was awesome, which you'll see in the video as well, in the video snaps. And so then we went up to the floor where we had to wait to get to a courtroom.
That answers that too, that wasn't him in the picture, because he was clearly not wearing that type of coat that we saw in the elevator.
It just, it was a bit of a process. You have to file for marriage and all this and that. And so I know there's going to be some details left out, but again, these are just personal things, and we appreciate our privacy being respected.
So she's already anticipating some sort of questioning about whether this is legitimate or not. To me, this is why I think a lot of people were questioning it, because she's showing very, very little. Where if it was really, she didn't have to show anything. But she's showing enough to say, yeah, we were at this building. That's like all it says. And to keep giving an upfront excuse before people ask, like, this is private, guys. Like, this is between me and him. Then why are you taking photos like this if it's just between you and him? That could have just been a moment for you.
Yeah. A lot of people just feel entitled to certain information, and it's just, no, we have a right to privacy. So also, but there are some things I don't mind sharing with you guys. So also we got into the courtroom, and we stood in front of two judges, and they basically asked me, they wanted to make sure that I accepted the marriage with Salah, and that he did pay me the, I think they call it mahr, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's something that Muslims in most Islamic countries do. The husband has to pay legally, give a gift, monetary gift to the wife, and
that's what we were just talking about earlier, the dowry.
And one during the marriage as well. So that's, I did, that's personal as well, but we agreed to. But it's every marriage that happens here. So also, they asked me where my father was, which really was an odd question to me, because it just really, but it, it made me realize how important father figures are in the lives of women here. So
she's talking about the wali. She was asked about her wali, and in a secular courthouse marriage, why would you be asked that? That doesn't make sense. We've already established exactly what Salah's status is. He's a resident. They were eligible to marry. I'm not going to keep going over it. We've established that with plenty of backup. He's a resident. She was on a tourist visa. They were eligible to marry. However, it's not recognized by the government. So renting a unit, renting an apartment, whatever they had for paper, it wouldn't be accepted by the landlord, by the building owner, but they could use that document to go get a hotel room together. Because it was more than likely a religious wedding. But in this video, she's telling us it was a courthouse wedding, which is really just going more and more towards they're not married at all. There shouldn't be this much confusion. I understand being confused about, there are different types of marriage. That can be very confusing if you've never heard of that before. But this doesn't make sense at all. Not at all. I'm not confused.
Parental
She is.
Figures, the family structure is very, very sacred here. So you don't have many single parents, if any, unless, even if women are widowed or whatever, or divorced, they usually seek another husband, and vice versa. So
yeah, I think she was told that. I think that's something she was told. Typically, if the father, if your husband, the father of your children, passes away, divorce is a thing. People get divorced all the time in Middle Eastern countries. That's Middle Eastern countries are not immune to divorce by any stretch. But typically, another male in the family, maybe her father or her brother, someone will step in to help in some way. And I don't think that's really all that unusual in general. I don't think it's just in this situation.
So usually the father is present to give the blessing for the marriage. So I had to explain that I don't talk to my father, and they just kind of looked at me sadly. So Salah had to explain for me. He's so supportive in ways I can't even tell you guys.
But how did Salah explain that? I'm curious. What was actually said? What do you mean he explained? What did he say? And she probably doesn't know because he said it in Arabic.
Blessing for the marriage. So I had to explain that I don't talk to my father, and they just kind of looked at me sadly. So Salah had to explain for me. He's so supportive in ways I can't even tell you guys. And yeah, so I'm so happy, and this was an experience for sure. I don't know what else there is to say, really. I guess just that we had to wait for a bit in the courtroom. Outside of the courtroom is what you see some of the snaps of, and then inside the courtroom. And I know there's a lot of confusion as to the status and all this, and the actual dates of marriage and the actual contract of marriage, but those are all things that most people don't show online whenever they get married. They usually just show the wedding ceremony. We didn't have one as of yet. Again, it was just it was a very quick courthouse wedding for now, but inshallah in the future we will organize some kind of party. So it was just low key, and we celebrated with friends and family afterwards in private. But that's basically all we did for the time being. And we will, if we do have some kind of celebration in the future that we can make public, we will. But there's a lot in my life now that I'm keeping private, and marriage details I think you can appreciate, especially with the amount of sleuths we have online. Very invasive. The internet can be very invasive, so we just really think it's in our best interest to keep a lot private. But we did want to share a little bit of the day with you. So it was a very nice day, very special to marry my soulmate, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't have asked for a more supportive husband in every single way, and I feel very, very blessed. And I'm just going to try to take advantage of being positive and appreciate these blessings that God has given. He's given me a wonderful man to take care of me, and as husband and wife, this is, of course, my.
The other thing they could have been at the courthouse for was just like to do something with her visa, maybe. And I don't know what that is in his hand, but like everyone else, I just get a very I get a vibe that like this is all for show. It's very clear. It's very clear.
First marriage, and may it be the only one in my life, inshallah. And thank you guys so much for watching this, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye, masalama.
Okay, so that's the courthouse wedding, courthouse marriage. All right. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't prove anything at all. And really, like I said, they didn't even have to show them being at the courthouse, so they could have just said we got married, it's private, and have it over with. But they showed just enough to make it look sketchy, I feel. Okay, so I want to go back and look at the paper that he's holding, because this was something that Allah mentioned, that the type of paper that a certificate would be on would be like a heavy cardstock and not A4. He specified A4. So if you've ever worked in an office and you print something and it's asking what type of paper you're feeding in, and the 8.5 by 11 is like A4 is the size, which is just like regular copy paper. So he was saying it wouldn't be A4. It's pretty much folded. And if it was heavy cardstock, he wouldn't be able to bend it like that. So I just want to go back to that and zoom in a little bit. I mean, I think this has been debunked already. I think so. I just can't imagine why they would be so dumb to not have something on hand. I don't get that at all. Not at all. All right, so let me get my tools available here. Is that this? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we want to zoom in. All right. We can mute this. So I did look up these court buildings. These, we didn't need that close up. These are legit court buildings. I think I might have even pictures of them because I looked it up at the time just to make sure. We don't need the kisses, Salah. Okay. Huh. So this looks like it just has like a page protector over it. All right. odd video. So here we go. Look at the paper down there. It's like practically folded in half. That could be anything. Exactly. Hey, Susie Q. That could be absolutely anything. They could have been in there paying a parking ticket for all we know. That, if that was a marriage certificate, would you bend it all up like that? And it does appear to be regular copy paper, like 8.5 by 11. That's what it appears to be. Oh, cowboy dog. I've never even thought of that. Yeah, we could try that. Absolutely. Yeah. But if you had just gotten married and you were handed a certificate with a government seal on it, would you be bending it up as soon as you get out of the building? I mean, right? Okay. Yeah, I don't think we'll find anything online, but hey, you don't know unless you look. So, yeah, we can definitely take a look. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think for myself, this video reviewing it again just made me more confident that they're not married, which I really cannot imagine. Why wouldn't you? I don't get that. Because they could be in serious trouble if they did get caught. Very serious trouble. Like, does he truly not care at all? Like, even as a person for Chantal? She could be arrested for prostitution without having that certificate. Like, he truly just does not care. We're not going to keep talking about people's bodies. That's not something we do here. Sorry. We don't body shame any gender here. It's really not the point at all. It's not what we're even talking about. I know other channels, that's cool. It's not cool over here. So, let's see. Kuwait marriage certificate. Try to just stay on topic, All right. And whenever we pull up a Kuwait government website, it takes forever to load. Forever. Yeah, your marriage certificate is in a folder in the file cabinet. Yeah, you would want to keep it, clean. Like, not with folds in it. Not wrinkled. And he's like rolling it up. All right, we have a website. It's the Kuwait government website. We'll peruse it together. Normally I like to look at this. I have looked at this in the past, but not recently. And normally I like to look at it before I go live on stream, but hey, we're an Nestigation team, so we're going on a Nestigation. We're doing it. Hey, Angel of Glass, how are you? Okay, I'm bringing you in. Okay, Nestigators, grab everything you need. Okay. I don't know if you'll make it out. I don't know. I can't guarantee. Might be a little sketch, but that's fine. Let me bring it up here. Of like a clean canvas, so to speak. Okay. This is the state of Kuwait, Kuwait government online. If it doesn't come from this, I'm not interested in it. Okay, I have standards. You have FBI clearance? Okay, Sage, okay. Federal bird investigation? Yeah, they're still getting my fingerprints like processed and everything. I don't even know. They said like my talons, like they didn't really take in the ink when they were fingerprinting me. And I'm like, they're just talons. I don't have fingerprints. And they were like, well, it's going to take longer for us to process to see if you have a record. I'm like, whatever. Are you allowed to body shame someone's weird toes? It depends. It depends. You gotta give me more context. If you ever needed to be entertained, you could throw "Are you serious?" on for her. What? I think she calls him to come over, and when the live streams are over, he goes home. That's what I had thought, but that's what I had always thought. Because I'm like, how else could they be doing this? But now, I don't know. I think he might be living there. So, Kuwait government online court marriage contract. This service is provided by the Ministry of Justice. Okay. Somebody hire us already? How do you know we're not hired as of now doing this nestigation? Tell you I'm on her radar, but she knows that she can't. You know what I mean? She knows. She knows because I don't go after her weight or her appearance. So she knows I'm coming with facts. And that's why she doesn't. That's why she doesn't. Did I just lose my owl? Okay. How did that even happen? I need him. I need him. He sleeps on the spare room. You think the couch opens to a bed? Yeah, there's no possible way they could sleep in the same room with the CPAP and everything. Oh my God. There's no way. Yeah, I mean, I try to come with as much credible information as possible, and I think that that's why she won't step. That's why. She's not very bright, you know, and we're smart owls. Exactly, Billy's eyelash. Exactly. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Service description. This doesn't expand, allows Kuwait and non-Kuwaiti applicants to conclude a marriage contract at court. Oh yeah, I remember this. This basically says a bunch of nothing, but whatever. We can read it if it hasn't been updated since. Eligibility or criteria. The spouse's, the wife's guardian, the wali, and the two witnesses must attend the procedures. Now this is for the court marriage. Court marriage. Okay. Required documents. Now this is what my burger is fresh was saying the other night, that she does not have a civil ID, therefore it's not a courthouse marriage. And this backs up what he said. I know I'm getting all passionate, but really, it all comes together. It does all come together. And if you're going to be on the nestigation team, you know, I'm going to try to make the videos as short as I can, but we can't keep going over stuff that we've already, like, sealed up and, like, concluded, you know? So, required documents. Civil ID. She does not have a civil ID. She's not eligible for a civil ID. Or nationality certificate. She's not a Kuwaiti national. For Kuwaiti applicants, she's not Kuwaiti. How about for a resident applicant? Civil ID or passport? Well, we got to stop there because she's not a resident. She is not a resident. She is not on a work visa. She wasn't hired by a company in Kuwait where she came in and then she could apply for a civil ID when she's, you know, had a work visa for a while and she's living there. She is not a resident, period. Letter from the executive committee and the personal identification for illegal resident applicants. So, personal ID for illegal resident applicants, executive committee. I don't know what the executive committee does, okay? Determination of heirs for widow applicants. So, you know, this isn't just like, oh, we're going in to sign a document and we come out, no, we're married, right? Determination of heirs. If you're a widow, if your previous husband passed away, you have to have who's going to be your heirs when you pass away. We're demanding t-shirts, nestigation. I'd love it. I would love that. You think Murad has Chantal as an employee? Do you think so? Well, we could explore that a little bit. I got to think about that some more. All right. Letter from the Public Institution for Social Security. If the husband is a student, a dealer, a retired, or unemployed, that doesn't apply here. Determination of heirs if the guardian is deceased. So if Chantal's father is deceased, we have to have the line of heirs. Who's going to inherit from you? Divorce certification for the divorcee. If you were already married and you divorced, you have to present that divorce certificate to say you are eligible to marry. And there is something in Islam where she would have to have also a waiting period. I think it's 3 months. before marrying again to make sure that she's not pregnant from her first husband. Because it's very, very important in Islam that it's very clear about the family lines, so that your new husband doesn't assume that he's the father of the child of your husband that passed away. So there's exactly, right, there's a waiting period. Yep. Special power of attorney. I don't know why you would need that, but marriage permit from the employer if the husband is a military man. So if he's in the military, we need a permit from his employer. Okay. Here's the procedure. Visit the authentication office at Ahmadi Court Complex or Regai Court Complex and submit the required documents. Fill out the application, pay the fees. The fees are nominal. Download the form. There's no form. This is for a court marriage. She doesn't meet the eligibility requirements for a courthouse marriage. She doesn't. Yeah. So that's that. That's that. Now, people who are saying that she's not eligible to marry because she was on a tourist visa, that is not true. So it would have to have been a religious ceremony, which is what also My Burger is Fresh confirmed for us the other day. It's a religious marriage, if there is one at all. It's religious in nature, which the government does not accept. So if she's renting an apartment, the building owner says, I need your marriage certificate. We're not a house of prostitution here. And they're whatever they present, if they did have a religious wedding, it's not accepted. It has to have a stamp from the government on it. So, and it's not a legal marriage, right? But it's not illegal. Like, I don't want to get the terms like confused. They would be married if it's a religious wedding, but not, if you think of it maybe in terms of civil and religious, I guess that might be more relatable here. No, we can't look up public records. No. So why would the courthouse even be involved here? They weren't, in my opinion. They weren't. Okay. She's not an expat. She can't be an expat because she doesn't work there. She's on a tourist visa. Unless you're thinking that she works for Beezer Spray. That would be very dumb. That would be very dumb if Murad took her on as an employee. That would be very dumb of him. I don't think he would. I think he's smarter than that. So they've been moving to avoid being arrested. That's what has been theorized, yes. But whatever Salah wants needs to be legal, and it's not, right? But they were also saying, I've been, kind of reviewing these old videos before, I bring them to the Nestigation team. And they were saying that Salah can get to Canada in other ways. That he could, because he is shown as a partner for Teeb Aldar. He is a partner. Per the Ministry of Commerce, he is registered as a partner for that business. He could go to Canada on business, but he has to prove that he has a certain amount of money, like in his accounts, and Murad didn't think that he had that amount of money. Salah's dad paid for him to be hired by Murad in name only. He's not hired, though. He's actually a partner. Foodie could have paid for herself to be hired into the biz. You don't think I'm right, Boo Cat? Okay. What do you think? What do you think I'm wrong about? Maybe Murad was there to sign off as the person hiring her. Maybe. Boo Cat, why would he do that? Why would he employ many people on that? He's not the sole partner. But why would he do that? How does that benefit him? Does the business website still exist? Yes. I checked it like 2 or 3 days ago. She talked about Salah finding a loophole to get her a civil ID. But Bouquet, why would Murad put his business at risk for that? To just put random people that pay him and pretend to hire them as employees? That would be a big problem for him. Like, what's the benefit to him? Well, how much would Foodie Beauty pay Murad to become an employee of the business, though? She already gave Salah $9,000, and she has no more money. I don't know. I don't see that as plausible. I don't. Would have to be a lot of money. I don't think, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yes, Murad did want to sell on Amazon, and they're not on Amazon yet. They're not. If she was on a work visa, she wouldn't have had to leave after 90 days. Then a work visa, you stay there. You don't have to do that back and forth thing. There's no, it's not every 90 days. That's a tourist visa. So why did she go to Thailand for 6 weeks? Exactly, John. I know. But I think like just the whole concept of all of this is very foreign to a lot of people. So they just, like your imagination runs away. Like, well, what if it's this? What if it's that? I understand that. Yeah, she did lie about having a civil ID. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have one. There's no way. All right. What else do we want to look at? I mean, Murad didn't even want to get involved in any of the Chantal Salah thing. He didn't want to be involved at all because it was just like too messy. So I can't imagine him just taking payments of like a couple $1,000s to be listed as an employee and not have her actually work there. And then apply for a work visa. That would make him responsible for her. That would be very dumb. I don't think he's dumb. Christy, I thought only Kuwaiti nationals could own and hold majority business in Kuwait. Yes. Kuwaiti nationals have to have at least 51% of the business, which for Tibaldar, they do. There are 3 Kuwaiti nationals listed on the business registry. Salah is on there and Murad is on there. There are a total of 5 partners and 3 are Kuwaiti nationals. Work visas require medical tests. Right. Exactly. Thank you, human being. Thank you. You guys listen, if I'm not answering your question, please look at human being because they're answering everything precisely, like exactly. Work visas require medical tests. I've had to do that myself. On a tourist visa, you don't get a medical test. I had to have a medical exam to apply for the work visa because I was going to be staying there. I wasn't just like in and out every 90 days. Not only would it be done from Murad, but the nationals listed. Intensive purpose, exactly. There are 3 Kuwaiti nationals listed as partners for Tibaldar. And if they are fraudulently hiring foreigners as quote-unquote employees when they're really not, just so they can apply for a work visa so they can stay in the country, yeah, that would be very bad. That's bad for everybody all around. I don't see why they would take a risk for that for Chantal, of all people. Of all people. These investigations are getting crazier each time. Yeah, we got to look into stuff. Let's debunk. Here we go. My burger is fresh. Only the Kuwaiti guys listed in the business can potentially help her with the work visa. Please listen to this, everyone. Please. Only the Kuwaiti guys listed in the business, which I am not giving out their names. They don't need to have their names revealed. I have seen them. I have them. I'm not giving them out. only those guys can potentially help her with the work visa. That's unlikely to happen because they're fully responsible for Foodie's actions. But it seems like those guys have nothing to do with the business. Murad used them to open his business, right? Because you have to have the business owned 51% by Kuwaiti nationals. So they might be in name only, the Kuwaiti guys. And Murad is probably running the operation himself, and Salah's just like, whatever, doing whatever. Yeah, that sounds right. Many Kuwaitis get paid for foreigners to open businesses and have nothing to do with the business. I mean, yeah, smart. As long as that foreigner is like, you can tell that they're a legit business person. They just need a way to open up. Yeah. Yeah, human being knows exactly what's going on here. And My Burger is Fresh, everyone, is a Kuwaiti national who has sponsored foreigners to come to work for his business. So anything that you've heard otherwise in other places, please try to drop that from your memory. These are legit people who are speaking in the chat. This is legitimate. This isn't like a theory, like these people are telling like how it really is. Are they due to move again? Are we coming up on 90 days in their current place? That's a good question. We got to get the calendar going. Ryan, what did you see on Reddit? And what forum did you see it, Ryan? And what was different about what? Yeah, the medical exam is only for work if you have a work visa. Oh, you're being sarcastic, Ryan? Oh, okay. Oh, My Burger is Fresh. Thank you. You don't have to do that. I should be paying you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, baby.
My Burger is Fresh. How about a game of Plinko, sir? What about a game of Plinko? You choose the size balls that you would like, and we'll see how you do. Would you like big, medium, or small? What are you thinking, My Burger is Fresh? You gotta pick your size balls that you want dropped down to see if they go in. You want medium balls? You got it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so the top 3 are win. The very bottom one is lose. All right, good luck.
I love you, Chantal.
You loser. You loser. Loser. She is Loser.
Thank you so much, My Burger is Fresh. I appreciate that. I mean, really, I should be paying you. You come here, you give like credible information. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. And you got at least one ball in. Woohoo! Cowboy Dog, Mo is in the chat right now, actually. Yes. Before they left for Thailand, Salah took a payoff from... Are you just making stuff up, Stormy H? Like, it's okay to just kind of theorize. If you just make it clear that that's what you're doing. Okay, human being, have a great night, or day, rather. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Oh, My Burger is Fresh. No. I just like to come in and hang out with you guys and just like throw some stuff around, do some thinking, some chatting, Yeah. M1234, yes. Are Kuwaiti nationals responsible for who they sponsor and their behavior? Yes. Yes. That's why it would be very foolish to just randomly sponsor some foreigners to like come in on a work visa. It doesn't make sense to do that. Yeah, so what's Stormy saying? Maybe this is like Dot. Dot should write fan fiction for Foodie Beauty, honestly. She's got some great ideas. Before they left for Thailand, Salah took a payoff from Murad and is no longer in the business. That's why Foodie and Salah aren't pushing the sprays anymore. Yeah, that doesn't... where have you heard about that? That sounds like pure fiction. That doesn't even... I don't know. What would be the point of that? And My Burger is Fresh is confirming, yes, a Kuwaiti national would be fully responsible for a person that they sponsor. Yes. And you'll find stories of like, people who hire others from other countries to come in to do like household work, like to be a housekeeper. And they'll just take the person's passport. They take it away from them. And they feel justified to do that because they're responsible for that person being in Kuwait and whatever they do while they're there. Yeah. What do I do for a living again? Because I know you do really long live streams. What do you do aside from that? I do not divulge that online. But thanks for asking. Does anyone think they got married in Thailand? No, I don't. They supposedly had an expensive medical visit and had to go to the Canadian embassy. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't. The medical visit supposedly was her boil. Katie, wouldn't she have passed a medical screening to get residency? Only if she was on a work visa. That's why, sadly, Kuwaitis take their passport. Right. See, guys, My Burger is Fresh. Watch what they're saying. This is a legit person. Chantal was pushing the Beezer spray before they went to Thailand. Also, the theory is that they went to get Salah a visa to Canada. Right. That's one thought, that maybe her re-entry visa to Kuwait was denied. And that they went to the Canadian visa to see if Salah could go to Canada. But we're purely speculating. We have no idea why. Yeah. You forgot about the boil, Em? Yeah. Yeah, she said it was 2,000 Canadian dollars to get that stitched up. So, yeah. We do love fresh burgers. Who doesn't love a fresh burger, really? Some Angus beef? Yes. You think Chantal spends a lot of time in that apartment alone, Christy? Me too. Yeah, she's clearly a very unhappy person. Very unhappy. And he wants her to start pushing out more content. Like, he even said in the chat something like, oh yeah, we got to get out the couples like shorts videos. And she's like, yeah. It's appreciated that others try to answer questions they know the answers to. Yes. Oh, My Burger is Fresh. We just played it twice. We played that video twice. Oh, so Brianna just got the little ones to bed. Okay, I'm glad you're here now. Yeah, it basically, I was comparing some of it to what you had said the other night about the religious marriage versus the civil government marriage. And she keeps saying that it's a courthouse marriage. But we just read on Kuwait Government Online, the government website, the stipulations. And she doesn't meet them, just like you said. Oh, it's early there. My Burger is Fresh. My gosh. Did you get up early for work? And yeah, eligibility. She doesn't meet the eligibility. And like you were saying, she does not have a civil ID, period. She does not have one. So she couldn't have gotten a courthouse wedding. But the whole video she put out was, we got married in the courthouse. Salah hasn't realized yet that Chantal accidentally made money on YouTube from being a train wreck. Right. Right. How long before he figures that out? The more he tries to rein her in, the more he strangles her income. Because she made her money being a train wreck. Absolutely. Yes. So trying to get her to conform and be a proper person, she's just going to lose more and more viewers. That's not what she came in on. Not at all. Hey, Aunt B was watching and went down rabbit hole places you can. It says Ministry of Justice. Did they marry in Kuwait City? Well, I think we just established that they didn't get married, period. So I think Salah is starting to regret his decisions and is starting to resent his current situation. Agree. I agree with you entirely. Yep. My company operates in Kuwait and Netherlands, so I'm also living in the Netherlands part-time with my wife. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. MashaAllah. That must be very nice. Before she went to Kuwait the first time, I remember Chantal saying you can be married just by saying the words. Okay. Okay. My dog woke up randomly. Oh, and decided to go for a walk, so I couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, what kind of dog do you have? You know, Chantal says that it's haram to have a dog in the house, you know. That's what, yeah. So I explained the Maliki Madhab. Oh. I've heard in Middle Eastern countries that even if you get a prostitute, you have an extremely temporary marriage, temporary way of being married, then the marriage is over when you're done. A Papillon? Oh, a little white fluffer. My burger is fresh. Do you know what kind of dogs I have? Do you happen to know? It's not haram. My burger is fresh. Please. Please. Absolutely not. Maliki Madhab. I made a whole video about it. Do you know what kind of dogs I have? I have Kaleb Baladi from Masr. Yeah, she let a dog into a restaurant. Yep, just open the door. Come on in. Yes, Kaleb. They were born on the street, east of the Nile. You know, where all the Baladi dogs are born, on the streets. You're going to throw hands? Marwa, what's going on? Oh my goodness. Oh, about the dogs, Marwa? Yeah. People think I'm a crazy foreigner. Yes, my burger is fresh. I do. There was a whole litter of 10 Ashura Kaleb Baladi, and they were 12 days old, and their mother passed away. So eating full. Yes, we used to feed them full. Oh, we did. We used to buy them full and like make it for them too. I still make that for them here in the States with rice, with white rice. Yes, they love it. Yeah, so there was a litter of 10. So I'm here in the United States now, and I've had 5 of them here with me. And they're about 12 and a half years old now. Yes. Kaleb Baladi with the curly tail, the tail that curls up. Yes. Yeah, if you ever hear a really like a booming bark, that's the runt, believe it or not. He's the runt. My dog is Canadian because I used to live in Toronto. Oh, your dog's from Toronto. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Oh. Yeah, my little pooches. I love them so much. The Baladi dogs are they're medium size. So the 2 that I have remaining are about 50 pounds each. Yeah, they're wonderful dogs. Truly wonderful. They're completely different than domesticated regular dogs. Very different. They hate being in the car. They get car sick. They're extremely emotional, like sensitive, and very intelligent. Chantal and you have a lot in common. Well, you both lived in Canada. True. What else do you have in common? What else do you have in common? I can't imagine. Your girl is 85-ish, like in dog years. Oh. You wonder if Chantal regrets her decisions too? Yes, Willow Sage. I'm sure she does. But she probably feels like it's a done deal now. But she might be surprised to find out that Salah doesn't feel that it's a done deal, that he could get out of it, you know? Not the weight. Well, of course not. Of course not. Your dog rides well in the car, Katie. Oh, yeah, they all get sick in the car. Oh, pounds. Oh, okay, Angel. 85 pounds. Okay. Oh, that's a big dog. You think he has a huge ego and doesn't want anyone to see him as a bad guy until he has a definite replacement. Oh, Monty B, I hate to say it, but that sounds pretty on point. It does. It does. How come we're looking at marriage contracts? Minka, we're just pretty much dispelling that they're even married. Because we've looked at all of the possibilities, and we just watched her courthouse wedding video, and she sounds very confused in it. She keeps saying how it's all private and they don't have to show anything, instead of making a happy video about how they're married and she married her soulmate and woohoo, we're married. We just heard about this is very private. Okay, well, it's very private. Why are you making a video about it? Why? Why? Jamaican Ting, it's probably not how you're thinking, how that would work. I think he uses their YouTube like Nader used his sneaking grounds. We need a DD to rise up and take him away to Canada. He definitely needs another Mark. A better Mark than Chantal. If he really just wants to go to Canada, there's going to be someone better. Without so much debt. I mean, that's the biggest thing. You know, maybe somewhat attractive. You know, my fur baby loves sitting in the front seat of the car. He just sits there and enjoys the sights. Aw. Yeah, Minka. Yeah, I think we pretty much just debunked it. Did they have rings on as they came out of the courthouse? No, I didn't notice that. Let's look. I didn't notice that at all, actually. Let's see, do I still have the video up? No, I don't. And I forget how we know this, but that she bought the rings. Ugh, how embarrassing. Oh my God. I mean, pick it out, sure, but buying both rings? Ugh. There are just so many red flags. So many red flags. Like, oh, she doesn't have to work. He's taking care of her. Okay, then why are you paying for everything? Why are you the one constantly editing videos? You know? Okay, when they come out. Well, she has the ring on just sitting there. That was quick. Okay, so it's the 44th court. Yeah, we can look to see, probably. Yeah, she flashes it so quick. Wow, I can't even get a screenshot. But she did have it on. There it is. Yeah. It was already suffocating her finger. Even then, it was already way too tight. Way too tight. And then she lost it in the airport when she went back to Canada the first time, and she had to buy another one. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's so desperate. It's how desperate just to appear that you're married to other people. Alexi, absolutely. Maybe I'm different, but if I was in a foreign country, I'd want to make friends to feel less alone. That was one of my first priorities when I got to Egypt. Like, I can't just rely on having my partner as the only person that that I can do stuff with or talk to. Like, you have to have friends. You have to. I made that a priority. It's very important. She said they got married religiously first, then went to the courthouse. Do you remember when she said that, Katie? Chantal deleted your comments twice. I didn't say anything rude, just to get her health, both mental and physical, checked out for her own good. And she deleted that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, someone that could really be looking out for her, just like her general well-being, and she deletes it. Camps looks like very low-quality metal. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Exactly, Cowboy Dog. Middle Eastern women are so welcoming. I mean, if you are willing to get yourself in the shower, put on some conservative clothing, just cover up a little, and someone will invite you out for coffee. It will happen. And you go out, you get to know people. Maybe they bring a friend. Maybe the next time you hang out, you meet a friend of a friend. Like, you will build a network. And you're going to be closer to some people than others, just like normally. Your coworkers. That was really important to me to work while I was there. I can't just stay home. I've never done that anyway. So, like, I had to work. And, like, I made some very nice friends working in Egypt in these schools. Absolutely. Got to learn so much more because it wasn't just from my former partner's perspective and what he wanted to show me. I was seeing everything on my own, by myself, with them, with my coworkers. She said that after she arrived in Kuwait, she stayed in a hotel for a few days until they had the religious ceremony, first week of November. Emerald Blue, do you remember when she said that? I'm copying this to paste it into the whiteboard. Thank you. That's good info. That's the 11th, yeah. That's great. Because she can never keep her story straight. So we'll always be able to, figure it out. This is what I really enjoy doing. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's... Okay, let me fix it. I was like, did I type it like that? No, okay. This is what I really enjoy doing, is finding the inconsistencies. It's like, I don't even call them lies. Because people get defensive when you say that they lie. Like, oh, that's not consistent with what you said 2 months ago. Why is it different now? Oh, because blah, 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 blah. Well, that doesn't make sense either. Because that also contradicts what you said 3 months ago about this. This is what I do. This is what I do. And I have a good memory usually for stuff like this. With Chantal, I really started watching her very passively. You want to watch the video again? We just watched it 3 times. I'm going to lose monetization for reused content on the same day. Until they had the religious ceremony first week of November. Okay. Unless you're asking to go over something else. I just kind of glanced down. Maybe you're talking about something else. Chantal's not a people person. She only knows how to repel them. Maybe she uses bees or spray. Probably. Yeah. Every time I moved somewhere, it was because of work that I made good friends. Yep. She's weird to only have Salah in her life. That is unhealthy, to only have one person in a place, a foreign country, where you know nobody, that you can just pick up the phone and call. Nobody. That's scary. Even if you don't have like bestie friends, like at least women you can call. Sometimes you just need to get out and not be with your spouse. Like, let me just go hang out with a woman and just go window shopping and get a coffee, you know? Like, at least that. At least. You can't remember for sure. I just remember hearing that. If you go to November of last year, when she does the community post, when she shows she's married, oh my God. Okay. That's going to be a lot of scrolling. A year of scrolling. Yeah, which video are you talking about, Jamaican? If it's not the same one, we can watch. Yep, we are going to go over the video with Murad and Farida and Allah and Farida. I started taking screenshots of the translation because those videos are impossible to listen to. If you're prone to headaches, you will have a headache. It's impossible. Piggy posted a video of the dating profile, like the old one. I don't like to play other videos on my channel especially if they were just posted. But we can absolutely, after the stream, go check it out. I probably will. Yeah. Especially if she just posted it. She needs time to like get all the views that she can on it. Because if we went to watch it, I'd be taking 300 views away from her. It's not how I roll. But yeah, definitely go check it out after. I will. But I thought she didn't revert until the end of the first trip. She could still have a religious marriage. Yes, government issued falafel, because a Muslim man can marry a Christian woman. A Muslim man can marry a Christian woman, a Muslim woman, or a Jewish woman. So yes, it could still be a religious wedding, even though she hadn't reverted at that time. Yes. Yep. Oh, Cowboy Dog, I wait for days. Hours ago is not fair to the creator at all. That's when they're going to get all the views, is in the first couple of days. Especially where she's like cutting it and editing it. You know, she's not just streaming. So it takes a ton of effort. I'm a lone wolf for the most part from being rural, but FaceTime with my friends and family really helped, as well as growing up where I did in the desert. It was a 35-minute drive to get everything, so I go out. Yeah. Yep. Your wife is Christian. My burger is fresh. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Perfectly fine. Hope she knows that married or not, we don't care. We point out lies. Yes, Marwa, we do. We do. Yep. You just got divorced after 30 years, and reestablishing female friendships has been harder than I expected. Yeah, yep. You got to hold on to them if you have them. And it's so easy, you know, when you get married to just be like, all right, I got my family, I'm good. Then if you get divorced, you got to wait for everyone else to get divorced so they have time to hang out. Yeah, it can be, yeah. And people are at different stages of life too, you know, very different. The courthouse building is called the Farwania Court Complex. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple. Okay, I think we'll wrap it up for tonight. I think so. I think we got something done tonight. I really do. I do. Your BFF of 45 years passed away last summer? Oh, I'm so sorry, Emerald Blue. That's very tough. Very tough. It's so weird that she doesn't premiere stuff and get some engagement or just plan releasing stuff for her biggest market, Santiago. Who are you talking about? Yeah, that's very hard. 45 years is a very long time. Well, Emerald Blue, you're always welcome here in the nest, and we love you in the nest. We do. You're a nesty bestie. Come here anytime and chill and just, chit chat. It's all good. That's a tough loss. She'll make feeder fodder soon. Yeah, she seems to be focused on, like she didn't even show her meal on the camera at first today. She kind of held it like she didn't have the camera focused in on it. Kind of interesting. Interesting. You too, beware the liar slayer. You too. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna just add more to the whiteboard as we go. I am clipping some of the longer live streams so that I can just point you to this is how we know this and this and this. So we don't have to keep, rehashing things over and over. We can just give a link, like, here, just go watch this and then get up to speed. Yeah. You getting your flu and COVID shots tomorrow. Oh, Lexi. Ooh. Good luck. You're an enthusiast. She was excited about all that rice. Yep. Couldn't shovel it in fast enough, could she? Nope. Loved the rice. But, she wanted to cook. That's all she could talk about was cooking. So what did she do? She ordered out. Yes. All right, everybody. Thanks so much again. Yeah, we'll do some more investigations, of course. We're going to go a little bit deeper. I really do think that eventually we're going to figure out what's going on here. Because not only with our investigation, but also with Foodie Beauty and the things that she slips and lets us know, little things. And we're keeping track of all of it. So we'll put it together. We will. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you, my burger is fresh, for stopping in again. Marwa, love you as always. I hope you're doing well. All the nesty besties, all of you guys, love you very much. So glad to see you all. Thank you. Okay. Good night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.